Hi, you're tuned into My Dad Says Audio. If you've been here before, welcome back. If you're new here, welcome. Today we'll be taking a look at my father's Marantz 7C preamp clone by Abin Audio Workshop. It's a valve preamp. Dad, what can you tell us about it?
Oh well, this is I think one of the better examples of a Chinese clone for Marantz 7 preamp. It's just the line stage part of it. They've reproduced. Uses three 12AX7s, and I use this pretty exclusively just in my bedroom system. It's a bit of a tribute to how good a job they've done on it. The only thing I've actually changed inside it are the tubes themselves. I'm using two new old stock Telefunken tubes and one new old stock Mullard tube in it. That's the only thing that I actually changed in it. Sounds really pretty damn good. I'm actually quite pleased with how it's worked out. Doesn't have the phono stage. Uses a actual voltage regulator for the HT. All decent bits and pieces in it. I can't see anything that I'd consider counterfeit in it.
What kind of brand components are in there? What examples?
Well, the HT caps, those two caps just there, they're Panasonic. Those two there, they're Elna. There's a lot of Elna caps just down there. For the DC blockers, it uses Mundorf's and Weimer's. You mightn't consider it exceptional componentry, but it's not rubbish. And considering it's for my bedroom system, it works extremely well. It does have one, I guess you'd say it's angled more towards the analog side of things, where you need a fair amount of gain. Possibly the one disadvantage with this is, and it depends on the overall setup, is that maybe it's got a bit too much gain. But for, the single-ended valve amps and some of the other amps that I've been using in this system, this works extremely well. So I've got nothing to complain. Yeah, the other thing is, you can see it's got an Alps Blue Beauty pot in it as well. A very quite neatly laid out board.
And I believe the input select is quite sophisticated.
Well, if you have a look, because it's relay driven, it's got three inputs and obviously one output. If you have a look, it's a very short signal path. Signal doesn't have to travel very far at all. And it's the sort of build quality that you'd sort of expect from maybe audio research, Maybe a few people give me a bit of a caning on that, but when you look at it, the board sort of suggests that sort of build quality. And I think I've had this for about 10 years, and I think I paid about $500 delivered, which is...
I think the Australian dollar was strong, was very strong back then.
It was stronger, I would suggest. The Pacific peso, the Aussie dollar.
And sonically, I mean, I've heard it over the last, since you've had it in various setups, and as I was saying before we did the video, I said, look, I'd have it in a heartbeat. If something happened to my pre, I think this would substitute nicely.
Yeah, it's pretty decent, and it is pretty close to based on the Marantz 7 line stage, the actual circuit itself.
Yes.
Yeah, I've got no complaints about it. It's worked extremely well, been very reliable. Operated with no hiccups whatsoever. So there's nothing much to complain about on that.
Yeah, I've been quite impressed with it every time I've heard it. I've heard it with, I think, using your reference, or your bedroom reference, the Thorens TD124 with the Michelle Techno arm and a Nagoya. I don't know which Nagoya have you got?
Nagoya MP,
MP
110.
110, yep. And a vintage Akai CD. Player can't remember the designation.
Yeah.
And your PAS Aleph Mini clone.
Yeah, that's at the moment. I'm using the LF Mini.
Yep.
For a power amp. That's at the moment. But that like I said, that changes.
Yep.
But they all sort of, because I'm using the Sheer Audio phono stage, which is also based on a Marantz 7. This has a bit of additional gain on it that actually comes in quite handy for use with the phono stage. And yeah, like I said, it's worked extremely well for the last 10 years with no real complaints.
Yep. Okay.
You know, for my bedroom system, it's more than adequate.
All right. Well, that's it for today.
Yeah, I think that pretty much covers it.
All right, everyone. Hope you enjoyed the video. If this is your kind of content, please consider liking, subscribing, sharing, and commenting. All right, everyone. Until next time, take it easy. Bye.